Wait till you see what I found at Aldi's. These plant-based meatballs are a great hack to get healthy comfort food dinners on the table in just minutes. Let's go home and I'll show you my 3 favorite recipes that I use with these meatballs. We're going to start by turning on the oven and putting our meatballs onto the pan. All the recipes are going to start just like this. While those are cooking, let's make a sauce and a vegetable and then dinner will be ready. We're going to start with my favorite, the Meatball Stroganoff. My mom used to make stroganoff for me when I was a kid, so it does hold a special place in my heart. I have a recipe for my version in my Kidlicious cookbook. Let's get started. We're going to start with a little bit of olive oil. And some onions. We just want those onions to cook until they're soft. So while the onions are softening, I want to make a quick cashew cream. It's super easy. All you need to do is add your cashew nuts. I like to use the raw natural cashew nuts that I get from Sam's Club. And I add in some water. Now I'm using a total of 3 cups of water, but I'm only adding in half of that right now. Now the reason I use cashew cream is it's a lot healthier fat. The fat's coming from the nuts instead of from like a heavy cream. And it's also got less fat. These cashew nuts blend up so nice and creamy and they thicken the sauce really well. So let's get those blended up. So that's all we need to do for our cashew cream. I'm going to save this water to clean out the blender in a few minutes. Let's go ahead and add some things to our pan. All right, these onions look pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and toss in the mushrooms and the garlic. And also some thyme. We're going to let those cook until the mushrooms are starting to brown, and then we'll add in our sauce. Look how good those mushrooms look. Let's go ahead and add in a little bit of flour to help thicken the sauce. Now I'm going to add in some salt and a little bit of beef seasoning. This is a beef bouillon that does not have any beef in it. I'll show you a picture of that. And we stir all that together. What we're doing here is we want to coat all of the mushrooms with the flour, and we want to cook that flour for just a minute so that it does not end up with a floury taste. And now the magic happens. Let's add in the sauce. You want to add the heavy cream a little bit at a time, just so that it doesn't make lumps. Oops, making a mess. Doesn't that look delicious? It's not even done yet. Now we're going to add the rest of our water. And I just do that to help clean the stuff out of the blender. Now we want to cook this until it starts to boil and thicken. Let's get it nice and thick. Okay, our sauce is ready. It's time to add in our meatballs. Typically I'd add a whole bag of meatballs to this, but I am running low on meatballs and I have to make 2 more recipes. So we'll show you what this looks like when it's all said and done, but does not that look fantastic? Meatball stroganoff looks so good. I cannot wait to try it. I like to serve this over mashed potatoes. I know traditionally that stroganoff is served over noodles, but I'm a potato girl through and through. And don't worry, I am not making Thanksgiving mashed potatoes during the week because I know that's too much work. What I do for a quick mashed potato is I throw whole red or yellow potatoes into water and I boil them until they're super soft. And I just mash them with the skins on, no peeling involved, with a little bit of plant-based margarine and a little bit of salt, and that makes a great potato mash for any day of the week. I serve that with some green beans and maybe a salad, and that makes a fantastic dinner. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that and click the notification bell. It really helps me out, and I really want to help you get some easy plant-based meals on the table so that you can start eating more plants and feeling a little bit healthier. Let's get back to the recipe. So let's head over to Italy for our pasta night meatballs. Have you heard of Marry Me Chicken? Well, we're going to make a meatball version of that, and it's super easy. So our meatballs are already in the oven. Let's get making our sauce. We start by adding a little bit of oil and onions to the pan. So while the onions are cooking, we're going to go ahead and start working on our sauce. We could use the cashews like we did last time for our creamy sauce, but I'm going to go ahead and show you a different way. I'd like to give you lots of options so you can choose which way is easier for you. I'm going to use silken tofu this time instead of the cashews. I'm going to add a cup of water, and we're going to blend that until it's smooth. That's it, and the heavy cream is ready. We just have to throw this stuff into our sauce. Let's go ahead and add in some garlic. About a 1/4 cup of these sun-dried tomatoes. With a little bit of the oil, it adds flavor. And some spinach. That's about 2 cups of spinach. You'll notice I chopped up the spinach. I don't like the big whole pieces of spinach, so I chopped it up so that's a little smaller pieces. It's easier to eat. Now that our spinach is nice and wilted, I'm going to add our creamy sauce. Or our heavy cream, as it were. I forgot to save some of our water back to clean out the blender. Stir that until it's hot. And I'm also going to add in some nutritional yeast flakes. If you wanted to add in some plant-based Parmesan cheese here, you could. I just love nutritional yeast flakes. I think it adds something fancy to the recipe. And the last thing we need for this recipe is our meatballs. We'll let those cook and absorb some of the flavor. You can add as many meatballs here as you would like. I like to serve the Marry Me meatballs over some pasta with a big salad, and that makes a fantastic pasta night. So for this recipe, we are going to go outside of the meatball box and do something completely crazy. We are going to make Asian meatballs with all these meatballs. It's a super easy recipe, way easier than the other ones. All we have to do is mix everything up in this cup. And so let's get started. If you're loving these recipes and these ideas, it would be helpful to me if you subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell. I'll upload a new recipe every week. And let's get started on our sauce. To do an inch of ginger, you can buy ginger at the grocery store. It looks something like this. Or you can buy it in a jar. Both ways work just as well, but don't use the powdered ginger. It doesn't work as well in these recipes. Now I want to show you a trick that I like to do because I do like fresh ginger. I keep a knob of this in my freezer. So this is frozen, and I just pop it out and grate it right into my recipe. And I don't have to peel it. I don't have to chop it up. I just kind of grate it right into the recipe. And my husband is not a huge fan of ginger, so I don't usually put the whole inch in, but I like it. You can just pop it back in the freezer and use it again next time. Next, we're going to add in our garlic. We have some soy sauce. I'm using Bragg's liquid aminos for that. And then I have vegetarian hoisin sauce. You can buy that at your regular grocery store. Calls for 2 tablespoons. And then we want a little sesame oil. This is the dark sesame oil. It has a toasted flavor. It is so good. It makes everything taste more authentically Asian. So if you don't have some, it's probably worth buying. Need a whole tablespoon. I also need a tablespoon of honey. Oops, this is not honey. I also need a tablespoon of honey. That gives it the sticky. Lastly, you could use some rice vinegar or lemon juice. You need an acid in here. Rice vinegar gives it more of an authentic Asian flavor. And then lastly, I like to add in some garlic chili sauce. This just gives it a little bit of spice. You can add as much or as little of this as you like. Maybe that much. All depends on how spicy you are. I also want to add a teaspoon of Tuscan-style seasoning and a cup of water. And then lastly, a little bit of cornstarch to just thicken it up a little bit. Okay, that's it for our sauce. We're going to add it to our meatballs. My meatballs are already cooked because I had them in the oven when I made the other meatballs. But in hindsight, I probably would have just cooked these over the stove and dumped the sauce in and saved me a pan. Now this sauce is going to get nice and thick and coat our meatballs with a sticky sauce. It's going to be delicious. I like to serve these meatballs with my cabbage salad from the Give Them Something Better cookbook. I'll put a link in the description box below. And it's time for our taste test, but as you can see, my sound went out yet again. But these recipes are fantastic. Which one do you think you'll try first? Is it going to be my favorite from childhood, the stroganoff with the creamy mushroom gravy? Or is it going to be the Marry Me meatballs that have a nice creamy Tuscan flavor that have been wild across the internet? Or do you think you might try my husband's favorite, the Asian sticky meatballs? Either way, you can't go wrong. These are all really great recipes. If you're looking for some more fantastic plant-based recipes that will help you get a healthy dinner on the table super quick, make sure you subscribe. But if you can't find all these meatballs or you're wondering which other meatball you could buy, then check out this video here where I taste tested all the plant-based meatballs I could find at my local grocery store.